Hey, what's up, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. Well, welcome to the update for Wednesday's card, September 17th, 2025. Comp play coming up in tonight's matchup between the Phillies and the Dodgers. No, we have not forgotten about baseball just because football season has arrived. We're a day away from releasing all of our football plays for the weekend, of course, on Thursday afternoon and tonight, as we will do each and every week throughout the football season. I will have my top 5 college football countdown. And again, that'll be Wednesday night when that is released and available all through the weekend. 4-1 last week on the countdown. So we'll look to cash another strong card. Again, that'll be available Wednesday night. Hope to get it up by no later than 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific at the latest on Wednesday night. Also wanted to mention that today on Wednesday, I've got my second 7-star play of this week in soccer. It kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern. We cashed a 7-star on Monday. We had Espanyol, and in fact, they jumped out 2-0. They get a red card. They're down a man. Next thing you know, it's 2-2, and then they score a goal late to win 3-2. And that means we're now 8-1 with our last 9 soccer plays going into Wednesday. The longer-term soccer run is up almost $6,000. And again, we'll look to make it 9-1 on the current run with this 7-star soccer play on Wednesday afternoon. Again, kickoff 3 p.m. Eastern. You can check out all my premium plays on my homepage over at DocSports.com. Let's get to the comp play for tonight. We're going to turn to baseball, and it's the matchup between the Phillies and the Dodgers. Let's see, game time 10:10 p.m. Eastern, 7:10 out here on the West Coast. Pair of southpaws on the mound, Luzardo for the Phillies, Blake Snell going for the Dodgers. Last night, they combined to score 11 runs, these two teams, and Philly broke loose once Ohtani was removed from the game. He was pitching well. I expect to see enough runs to push this one over the total also. Right now, I'll bring up my line service here to make sure. The total's 8 just about everywhere. Juice ranging from $1.17 to $1.20 on the over. That's what we're looking here. If you look at Luzardo, what a crazy situation, man. He was just pitching lights out early in the season through the first month. And in fact, he had a great outing against the Dodgers, his second start of the season way back in early April. He threw 7 shutout innings, only gave up 2 hits and 2 walks in that game. He had a 2.15 ERA on May 25th, which was around his own 9th or 10th, maybe 11th start of the season. 2.15 ERA, wasn't giving up a lot of base runners. And then on the last day of May 31st, the Milwaukee Brewers clocked him. 12 earned runs, 12 hits, 3 walks, 2 home runs in 3 1/3. Milwaukee blew the doors off the Phillies in that game 17-7. The very next outing, just 5 days later, he gets blasted again, this time by the Toronto Blue Jays. They shelled him for 8 runs, 9 hits, and how about 2 1/3 innings? And since then, he's just not found, the sweet elixir, I guess you call it. You can see where he's had some good outings once in a while, but then there's outings of 4 runs allowed in 5 innings, 5 runs in 2 innings. That came against Cincinnati, 4 runs in 4 2/3, 6 earned runs in 5 innings. In between, he'll throw a halfway decent outing at times. But now he's going up against a team that is as good as it gets when it comes to run scoring on their home field. That would be the Dodgers. And check out both teams. In the last 10 games against left-handers, the Phillies are averaging just under 7 runs per game, 300 batting average, 357 OBP. They're averaging 1.3 home runs per game in those 10 games. And as far as the Dodgers, kind of like they've been all season long at home when they faced lefties in the last 10 games, 5.5 runs per game, 311 average, 366 OBP, which is even higher than the Phillies. And Snell might come out and he might throw a decent game, but he's going to be out after 5 innings, maybe 6. And then we're going to see, 2 bullpens with ERAs that are outside the top, 19 or 20. Both of these bullpens are in the bottom third of Major League Baseball. And there's a whole lot of punch in these two teams' bats. So I'm going to recommend a comp play on Wednesday night on the over between the Phillies and the Dodgers. And again, you can check out all my premium plays on Wednesday afternoon on my homepage at DocSports.com. If you want to jump on that 7-star soccer play, we'll look to go to 9-1. That game again goes at 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you like the videos, click on the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put them in the win column, everybody.